Intel 0x129 microcode tested on Linux. Raptor Lake CPUs shows no major performance impact. Intel's new 0x129 microcode has been tested on Linux, and fair enough, the results show that the Raptor Lake CPUs don't see a major performance impact. Intel's latest 0x129 microcode hasn't brought in any performance dips except for a few single-threaded focused scenarios in Linux. Intel has recently released a new microcode patch to address the 14th Gen and 13th Gen CPU instability issues. After a long chain of updates, it looks like the 0x129 patch might have done the job for Intel, as disclosed in our previous coverage, where the microcode was benchmarked on Windows. Now, credit to Phoronix, Intel's latest microcode patch, which has been tested on Linux as well to see whether there is any performance downgrade on the platform. Intel's next-gen Xeon 6900P Granite Rapid CPU with 120P cores and 744 MB cache spotted, running on dual-socket platform with 240P cores. So interestingly, Phoronix decided to conduct a whopping 188 benchmarks to measure the effectiveness of the new microcode, and the results were compared against the 0x125 microcode, which is a predecessor to the latest one. While the benchmarks were conducted quite extensively, we'll only cover a few ones given that the results were consistent across the board, but there were some exceptions. Starting with Trademark Wildlife Extreme, the new microcode showed no signs of performance degradation, and there was a minor yet negligent bump in the FPS. Notable environments in which the CPU was tested include 7-zip compression, B performance, B bench, gripe setup, and Perl benchmarks. All of these applications test a certain element of the processor, whether it is the FPUs or the ISA. So, it's safe to say that the benchmarks have given us a broader idea of the 14th and 13th generation CPU instability and the fact that it has been mitigated to a greater extent. However, there was a caveat associated with WireGuard, where a performance drop of 11.8% was witnessed. This drop is likely associated with how single-threaded performance has been affected by the new microcode, although this time, it isn't that big. As mentioned in our previous coverage, we will have to wait and see how the new microcode acts in the longer run or whether it causes slow performance degradation.